gonna die down with Miss Gypsy Rose after her season of Life After Lockup wrapped up. I thought, okay, we're probably not gonna hear much else up until she has this baby, but the complete opposite has happened. Every single day there's new things coming out about this girl, and at this point TMZ probably has to hire like their own employees just to specifically follow Gypsy Rose, because it is so much. Like literally I'm seeing like 3 articles on TMZ some days just about Gypsy Rose. But anyways, let's first talk about this deleted scene that Lifetime uploaded to their YouTube channel that they didn't show in this season of Life After Lockup. This season, Gypsy has been adamant that she was not talking to Ken while she was still living and with Ryan. She claims that she waited till she moved out, then reached out. But in this deleted scene, it depicts a completely different story. She's on the phone after her nose job having a little FaceTime call with Ken, and she's like, yeah, so Ryan called me, and I guess he went back and looked at the phone records and found out that she had been talking to Ken all the way back to February. Meaning that Gypsy had been talking to Ken for at least a month or 2 while she was still living with Ryan and in an active marriage with him. And that completely explains why he had all these insecurities that she was talking to Ken, because that's exactly what she was doing. I don't know why Lifetime did not show this on this season, because I just feel like this would have been an important piece to the puzzle, but I'm glad that they did eventually show it on their YouTube channel. And Gypsy was just giggling and laughing about it like it was one big joke. She told Ken that she told Ryan, are you going to subpoena my text messages for a divorce hearing? And Ryan was like, yeah. And she just thought that was hilarious. And Ken was like, you know, you just need to block Ryan. Things are never going to get better. And I mean, she's still been talking to Ryan as of recently. Ryan went on his TikTok live and was going off on Ken and saying, Ken, yeah, you got Gypsy, but why the hell is she still hitting me up? And Ryan was attacking Ken because Ken is currently unemployed. I guess when he decided to move to Louisiana and get an apartment, he thought that his job was gonna be able to transfer to Louisiana. But once he came to Louisiana, he found out that he was unable to do that, and he's been unemployed ever since. So that explains why every time Gypsy goes live or we see her, most of the time Ken's right along with her. Ryan believes that Gypsy is the one that is paying Ken's bills and pretty much footing the bill for him for everything right now. But that's just what Ryan claimed. I don't know if that is the case or not. And Gypsy ended up having these text messages leaked where she was going off on Ryan because Ryan had revealed that she was still reaching out to him. And she's like, I don't know why you're telling people this. First of all, it wasn't last Saturday that I hit you up. And she said, and also I was just having a vulnerable moment. But that's the thing. Every time you have a vulnerable moment, you're impulsive and you start reaching out to other men to see whoever will give you attention first. Attention is like a drug to her. She thrives off of it, and she can't get it, then she goes somewhere else to find it. And now I want to talk about the recent crime scene photos that were leaked on Twitter. If you have not seen these, go to my Twitter. It's in my description, and I believe it's my second to my last post. I retweeted one of the original tweets that had gone viral of the crime scene photos, and it's pretty much just a Google Drive of a bunch of crime scene photos. And I've seen some of these already, but some of them were very new to me, and some of them I were very shocked that they were made to the public to be able to just see, because they're pretty graphic and had Dee Dee in some vulnerable positions. So first of all, I never really believed like what Nick claimed. I can't remember how many times he claimed that he had stabbed Dee Dee. He originally claimed that he had only did it like a handful of times, and I didn't buy that, because there's no way that you just do it a handful of times and are so convinced that she's no longer with, alive, to the point where you feel comfortable enough to bang Gypsy in the bathroom while she's in the other bedroom. And in the interrogation and in the case, they later revealed that she was stabbed over 17 times. And in these pictures, you can see she had holes everywhere in her stomach, in her back, in her. I didn't know that she had been beaten too, because it looked like she was obviously beaten. She had bruises all over her, especially all over her face. She had huge bruises, and she was completely naked from the waist down in these pictures, which, like I said, I was shocked that these were made for the public, because I mean, when I die, I'm sleeping naked. I hope those pictures are available for the whole world to see, especially when you go through something like she did. And yeah, you can just see her full butt and everything hanging straight out. And I wonder if she had went to bed like that with no pants or underwear on, or Nick decided to take off her pants, and no telling what kind of weird stuff he did after she passed away. But the thing that was the most surprising to me was the fact that it appeared they had tried to decapitate her. There's a huge incision, and they went all the way down with the knife all across half of her neck, and it looked like they were trying to take her complete head off, but it looked like they stopped about halfway through. I don't know if it became too complicated or what, but this was not just from a quick little stab wound. And then below that wound, she had another big wound where her head was just barely holding on, where it looked like they had also tried to take off her head in another spot. It is so graphic, and I could not believe that they took it to those lanes. Like, it's already a disgusting crime to do it how they did it, but then to take it there on top of that, and I really hope that she was already gone once they started to do all that. Gypsy claimed that she never went back into the room after Nick did that to her mother, but some of the crime scene photos made me believe different, because it looks like somebody had went into her bedroom and tried to pry open her safe after she ended up losing her life. And then they show like a shed that was in the backyard, which had a little toddler bed and some diapers in it. And some people were like, what is this? Because Gypsy was 24 years old whenever she was arrested. And I mean, Gypsy used to claim, oh yeah, when I ran away to try to hang out with Dan, that's where she had me locked up for 2 weeks with like a dog chain and some other stuff. But you didn't see the dog chain or nothing like that. It just looked like a playroom. I was looking at all the comments when these crime scene photos were posted, and some people who were like, free Gypsy and free Nicholas Godejohn, I mean. After they saw these crime scene photos, they're like, oh hell no, they need to lock her back up ASAP and not let him out, because they were pretty graphic. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Gypsy is also currently working with a PR company, which I thought that was interesting. I saw that Katie Joy had dropped the PR contract that I guess Christy had sent her like a few weeks ago, and was telling her that Gypsy had signed on with them to help make money and repair her image. Gypsy has to pay this PR company a lot of money every single month, and their contract is pretty strict. She can't make any big life updates or big announcements unless she first gets it approved by the PR team. She cannot talk about like politics or anything that may have people not like her anymore, and she can't get into any kind of drama with creators or speak out about other people. They're trying to keep it as clean cut as possible. It looks like the big goal of this PR company is to try to direct as much traffic to her YouTube channel and blow that up, because they're talking a lot in the contract about making sure she posts stuff to direct people to her YouTube channel. And I don't know, I just feel like this wasn't necessary. I feel like she could have done all this stuff on her own, or done her research, or reach out to some friends who are creators and found this out and made more money, because she wouldn't have to give somebody a cut and then pay them every single month. And I I mean, unless they're like hooking her up with a lot more things like interviews and, you know, going on different shows and stuff. But if they're just literally taking cuts of her social media pages, then I feel like she should have done this all by herself. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.